Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles. Today I wanted to share with you guys a fun way to take a traditional origami and put it together to make a fun spring flower wreath for springtime now, of course. And there's a couple of fun flowers, of course, in traditional origami that you can do projects for spring. And the one I was going to share with you guys today is the cornflower. And this is just such a fun, pretty pattern, a real geometrical, and it just really lends itself well to being made into a wreath by just a simple assembly. And if you choose to use glue, you can, but you can also just kind of slide it in, and once you've gotten all of them together, you do get a fairly snug piece. If you pick it up, it will fall apart though. So you want to either leave it on a table for a decorative piece or something. If you don't want to glue it, you won't want to touch it after you put it together, or just a tiny little bit of glue there keeps it and then it's secured. So I'm going to just remind you guys really quick how to make the cornflower, and then I'll show you how to put all the pieces together. You're going to need to have a total of 8 pieces of paper. I'm using 2 different shades of blue, but you can use really obviously any colors. You don't I mean, the cornflower sometimes is sort of a really dark kind of country blue, but you don't have to follow that rule by any means. You could really use all sorts of fun colors to make this any way you like. So I think it would look really pretty with patterned paper if you have some really pretty patterned floral patterns that you'd like to use. Lots of fun things you could do with that. So let me just go ahead and show you guys again how to make the cornflower here. You want to start off with a square base. So with my color side, it's important we want that to be actually considered the back. So I want to have that facing up, and I'm just going to go ahead and fold my paper in half, and then in half the other way as well. We're going to sort of open everything and reveal the color inside. So that's what we're kind of dealing with, things in reverse. So with that other side open, then go ahead and fold things into a big triangle. And then open it back open to the white side here. Find those creases. Just pinch in and shimmy around until you get a nice little diamond or square shape. Now I want to go ahead and make sure that my open flaps are at the top. And I'm just going to go ahead and take and open up this section. Actually, I'm going to just turn it around. It works easier for me this way, but there's a couple ways you can do this step. This is the shortcut way. If you use this edge as a guide and open things up here, and I like to hold these 2 pieces down, and I'm going to get this lined up with those pieces down here so that you know you're in the center. Smooth everything out on both sides evenly, and then just go ahead and bring one of the sides back over. And then I can just do the same thing here on this side too. And then I'll flip it over and do the other 2 sides as well. And this is just one way to approach this. You could also do a preliminary crease, and that would help make it a little easier to smoosh down, and you wouldn't need to necessarily keep hold of everything here underneath. But if you're looking to make things go faster, this is the fastest way to do things probably. And then you want to make sure you've got it so that the blue side is facing over here. So I'll get it open. You'll know you're doing it right if you can split this section in the middle. And then I'm just going to take everything here and fold it straight up in half. Make a really good crease here. And then we're just going to open things up. We're going to make these 2 on the top fold up and these 2 here fold down. You'll notice this middle part is kind of being pulled at. We want to try to kind of get it going again here by pushing down on that crease, similar to the way we just did before. Smush it down so that you get a nice straight crease here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side too. Now the next thing we want to do is I like to put a couple of creases in here to make this a little easier. I like to fold it over so that it's even with this edge, and then make another fold so that it comes into the crease I just made. And with those 2 creases, you could do another squash fold. I'm just going to open things up here and just get it to kind of smush down onto the creases I've just made, and you get that first petal. So you can go ahead and just repeat these steps of doing these creases. I like to just get the creases done first, and then collapsing them down into the squash fold is a little easier. And then we just go around and squash these down for all the remaining 3 sides so that you wind up getting 4 petals. You could do it just the way I did before on this with the squash fold without doing the preliminary creases, but it's hard to find where your center is. One thing you can do is flip it over and see where the center is on the back side and know that when you smush it down, you're lining things up right. But that should give you a finished cornflower. And then we can just assemble these together. And like I said, you need a total of 8. And I'm just going to use a tad bit of glue to keep things going so that I don't have everything falling apart on me later. But if you're a huge, person who hates glue and thinks it's the devil, then you can try to put it together without. Basically, what we're going to be using is one of the petals as a pocket and the stem as another part to it. And I'm just going to be sliding things in here. It's easy to accidentally go back here. We just want to go actually into the pocket that's created by the petal. It'll allow the tip here to become snug right down there in the bottom and create a nice stopping point. So I just like to put just a tiny bit of glue on the petal here, on the stem, before sliding it in. And it really doesn't require a lot to keep it secure. And I'm just going to go ahead and alternate through here. And because I use 2 colors, I'm just alternating between my colors and putting things together. And this kind of a wreath makes such a pretty decoration. You can hang it on the wall. You can use it like on a bulletin board. You can also use it, I think it looks so pretty as a table setting. You could put a potted plant on top of it. Or if you're having like a party, you can have, snacks and different bowls and stuff on top of it too. You can make a smaller version and make little really pretty coasters for a party if you want to. I just love how kind of 3-dimensional this flower kind of feels anyway. Even though it is a 2-dimensional flower, it has a nice little kind of poof to it. And it gives this really cool kind of feel to everything when we're done. So I get to this last one here. I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on that and then on the stem of my first piece too, so that I can try to get both of these as I go. So I'll just slide this one in first. Wrong place, sorry, over here. And then over here. And it just gives you a nice completed little wreath of flowers. And like I said, it looks so pretty with pinks and purples and oranges and yellows. Great pretty spring colors. There's a spider coming down into this shot. I don't think you guys can see him. There's a little tiny baby spider. What are you doing, buddy? Yeah, you probably can't see him. I'm going to put him over here. Sorry about that. Anyways, pretty little fun kind of wreath for springtime. I hope you guys can find some fun ways to use it. It's really not that hard to make. It's a great chance to improve some folding skills if you practice folding with these kinds of modular pieces. It's a great way to kind of improve your folding techniques. So, and you get a really cool result too. So, yeah. You guys, thanks again always so much for watching, and I'll have some more fun projects to share with you guys in the days to come. Bye.